Hello guys and welcome to David Malata. In today's video I want to show you how to install a wall mounted fireplace. This video it is complete guide for a step-by-step do-it-yourselfer. If you want to install the fireplace and you've never done it before, this is definitely going to be the video for you. I think you're going to like it. Enjoy. Hey guys, if you're watching this video, you probably picked yourself up a fireplace that's a wall mount, or you're thinking about picking up a fireplace. And the number one question you're gonna have is, does it come with a wall mount? And that is exactly the type of question that I had. Actually, what you're looking at over here, this particular piece, it is a wall mount. You'll have to actually remove it first before you actually mount it to the wall. So let me show you all the hardware that is basically included with this type of package. So you obviously have your manual. So you will not actually need a manual because I'm gonna actually show you everything, but I will. You're gonna have a hardware box here, another hardware box, basically another box of hardware, another box, and another box. Some of the tools you're going to need is some kind of drill or a screwdriver, and something like this, you know, with tools inside that you'll have, like, you know, different type of fittings. But the biggest one you're gonna need is pretty much a Phillips head. Everything is a Phillips head over here. So let me show you first what kind of fireplace this is, in case you're picking it up from this type of store here. One thing, guys, for sure, that this fireplace does come with a remote, and there's lots of buttons to actually control this fireplace, and they're located right on the left side. Now, this particular fireplace I got for a very good deal. It was actually $4.99 and I got it on sale for $200. Now, this deal was supposed to only be available through January the 25th. So I'm really not sure if this is a gimmick, that there's really always a deal, they're just running a sale all the time. I'm really not sure, because this is my first time buying a wall-mounted fireplace. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to link up at the bottom of my video some fireplaces that are available on Amazon, and you could pick and choose which one you like. This happens to be a 42-inch fireplace. Some of the other hardware that it came with was this piece, which I believe you have to lay this inside of the fireplace. I'm really not sure because I will look at the instructions. Then you have this piece here, like a piece of trim that has a 3M sticky thing at the back, and one more, same like this. Now, it is basically the same length as a fireplace. So, guys, you will need a level, and you're gonna need a tape measure. It doesn't say that on the instructions, not that I have read, because you want to make sure that you hang your wall mount nice and level. Now, it does say it needs to be hung 3 feet away from anything that's flammable. So if you do have like a mantle here, it says 39 inches. But I don't have that much space to really work with. You know, I was kind of thinking about just centering the fireplace like right around here. So that's what we're gonna do. Reason we need a tape measure is because I want to make sure that I measure exactly where it's gonna be hanging, so I could see that it's like 5.5 inches, but I'm okay with like 6 inches. So all I have to do is basically pick how far down from the TV I want it to be hung. Because what I want to do is I want to center it from the bottom of the floor, just kind of like, you know, have it nicely centered there. I don't want it too low, I don't want it too high. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm going to pick a point. Let's see, let's just do it this way, that way it's easier. So I have like 59 inches to work with, and the fireplace itself is 20. So this fireplace would nearly be floor level, which should be okay. But something else I need to take into account, I do have an outlet down here. We do have an outlet coming out over here. It can kind of like wrap around. There's a tiny little edge, so it's still going to be visible. And I cannot really mount the TV where it's blocking this, because I'm not going to be able to plug this in. So at the very least, the TV needs to be hung about, let's see, I'd say around like 16 inches away from the floor. So here's what we're gonna do. We're going to go ahead and find the center point. We don't have to be exact, so we have 59 inches, so let's call it 60. So the center would be right around here, like at 32. Okay, so what I'm saying is, like, if you're gonna take this wall mount for the fireplace, and if I'm gonna mount it right here, let's say I'm gonna have it nice and square, then fireplace is gonna stick out another basically 5.5 inches, like right there. So I need to kind of like make a decision if this is exactly the length I want it to be. So the fireplace itself is 20 inches. So 20 inches would be right about right here. So here we have an outlet. So I'd say this is about a good height right here. So this is exactly the point where I'm gonna mount it. So this is also kind of keeping things centered, except the fireplace itself, it's not gonna hang in the center because, you know, once I hang it here, the fireplace will just go just slightly higher here, and then it's gonna go like that. So let's get it mounted. So you're gonna need like some kind of Phillips head. That's what I have here. So I'm gonna pull that out and pull this out. So as you can see, it's just like basic like inserts. So you're gonna want to hang it like this with these tabs sticking out. So the very next thing is you're gonna need to figure out the center point between here and mount it kind of like in the center, and we have like a center point. So we have 57 inches to work with. So this is about center, so like 28.5. So close enough. So that's like 28.25. So it's like really like this is where the center point is. So this is somewhere where we're gonna need to mount it to. Basically just like this. All right guys, next what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lay this down. I already know where my center is. So now I'm gonna choose the mounting points, and I'm just gonna draw inside of them. And what I wanna do is I wanna test try some studs. But I'd say something like this is gonna be good. Hey guys, seems like I keep working and I keep adding tools. You're going to need a bigger screwdriver to install one of these things. This is why I try to be as detailed as possible. We will need to find the proper drill bit, basically, to drill this in. Probably look like a little bit bigger would be better, just because it kind of thickens out over there, but that's exactly why I don't want to really use that. I want to use just right. So now we're going to pre-drill this hole, and you always want to kind of pre-fit everything, make sure things work as they're supposed to be. And if you do need a bigger hole, you could do it, I guess, accordingly. So this is actually perfect. That's a really good fit. So that's a 1/4 bit that I pulled out. So now we know we could actually pre-drill all of the holes. So now we're gonna put the rest of them in. Guys, now we're ready for the mounting bracket. So we just want to put them just a little bit, make sure every single one of them fits where they need to be. Okay, let's go ahead and put them all the way in. You don't want to do too much. I have a Torx one. This will definitely over torque it. So you have to make sure, if you have one like me, that you stop it before it goes, you know, straight to the wall. Anyways, guys, if you are looking for something like this, I'm gonna leave a link in the description below for some of these impacts here They're very cheap, so check them out. So anyways, technically we could hang the fireplace, but we're not quite done. We need to actually remove the piece of glass from the fireplace. Let me show you why. So as you could see, you got logs there in the bag, you have this styrofoam piece. So to remove it, you have some screws right there. Sometimes if you have a different type of fireplace, you may have more than one place where the screws are. I haven't looked on the manual where all of them are, but I'm kind of thinking that it inserts towards the bottom. So obviously mine's not plugged in, but that kind of goes right here. That's the spot for it, and then basically it connects that whole thing. So now we want to go ahead and remove this piece here. So I guess you have many choices. You could use these logs, you could use pebbles, whatever you like. This is why you have this piece, I believe. It kind of goes like right there for the pebbles. It's kind of cool you have many choices. I personally kind of like the logs. Guys, this piece here is transparent. I'm really, not sure if you wanted to know that or not, but it does come in a package, kind of like outside the box, and you might be wondering what's it for, but this is really to hold your crystals or your pebbles, something in there, depending on what kind of look that you want. But I'm kind of thinking that going with a stock wooden look probably is a good idea. And so that's what we're gonna do for now. And I guess if we get tired of it, we could put either pebbles, or you could put some of those crystals, whatever you feel like. But I like this right here. So we're gonna go ahead and actually insert that wood. And now we need to insert the glass. So now you put this other screw here. And now you're pretty much ready to hang it. So in order to hang it, you could just sort of like pick it up like this. Let's see, that's 21.5, and that's 21.5. So it could just be the visual, the angle where I'm standing, but it does throw me off a little bit. So now we have to plug it in. And there it goes. Basically, you could either have the visual effect of the fire going, or you could actually use the heat. So right now, we just have visual effect. And then you have several choices there. You have a half hour, you have 1 hour, 2 hour, 4 hours, and you got level 3 heat and another one. So I guess this is like even longer, even longer. So here we have the remote. You could just pull this out, and then you could control the lights. You could control the actual flame, for it to be on or off. That's the heat. And that's of course how long you want the fire to be on. But let's go through the lights, and you could see the different lights that it has. Right, that's all, guys. Guys, I want to leave you with this. You might be wondering, in the beginning, I've showed these pieces here, and you're probably wondering, what is it? Well, I will show you this. It does have an area on the inside, like this actually removes just like that. This is for the actual cabling, so you could hide it and have it, like really nicely and everything, hid away. But anyways, I'm going to skip the step for now. It is not necessary for me to actually install it. I want to first do the backsplash here out of like stone or whatever, and then, you know, do the fireplace, and then I'm going to worry about hiding the actual cabling. So this was actually a helpful little hint for you guys, like what is that? And you might be wondering if you could cut these things down, and yes you can. You could just simply cut them down using whatever saw you have, and this does take apart because you could just stick that on the wall and then you could just snap that right in, and it's gonna hide your cabling for you, and it's gonna be right on the wall. Now some of this 3M stuff, you know, I have like this particular type of drywall. This is a finish. Most likely it's not going to really hold. It's going to get loose, and this is probably why it comes with these tiny little screws. I could see it's got like gaskets, so that not only that you will stick it down, but you'll actually take it and screw it right through with these rubber pieces, and then it's not fall off. I think this tape is really for, you know, kind of guiding things on there, and you stick it on there to help you out. Use, you know, a couple screws to fix it, and you have like more than one screw. And of course, you know, this is screws, you could just use whatever you know you have, but it's nice that they do include those. I could clearly see this is how it could be useful. But anyways guys, perhaps in another video I will show how to do this, but it won't be for a while, because I first need to complete this whole project here. But anyways guys, thanks for watching, take care of yourself, and see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.